In the Denko Roku, the transmission of the light, there's a lovely story, a lovely koan about the awakening experience of the fourth ancestor. Kikuta attended Washu for 3 years, after which he shaved his head and became a home leaver, an ordained monk. Washu asked him, "Does your body go forth from householder life? Or does your mind go forth from householder life?" Kikuta said, "Truly it's my body that has gone forth from householder life." Washu says, "How could the sublime Dharma of the Buddhas be contingent on body or mind?" Kikuta directly underwent a great awakening. So this koan is asking us, where do we currently live? Where are we living? What's our home? Where do we want to go? And most importantly, what is the householder life that must be left? For those of us who are on the way, the home, the dwelling place that we need to leave, of course, is the safe house of our egoic, gaining and faming self. That faming and gaming self that Dogen talks about over and over again because it's so important. We're talking about the shall I say, the near and dear function of this small mind that has this hunger to get someplace, to move somewhere else, to achieve something, to have a plan. The home to be left is none other than the I don't want to be here mind. It's the this is not enough mind. Our measly small mind always focuses on what's actually missing. That's its job. And it cries out. And mind, by the way, when it cries out, always has a little bit of a whiny voice to it. I wish my life might be like that rather than this. I wish I lived there in this way rather than here in that way. I wish I would have those things rather than these things. Nope, it actually says, I wish you could have those things in addition to the things I already have. It says, I wish I could be like that rather than like this, and over again in so many different permutations. And as practitioners can find ourselves consciously, unconsciously, subtly wishing I could leave this place, perhaps a place of suffering and pain, of disquiet, unease, and find some version of Buddhahood that relieves it all. If we're honest about this, and I think we need to always be looking for this, we really gravitate towards the comfortable, I don't want to be here mind. It's not enough mind. We find ourselves just moving that way because that's the way we unfold. So in the Denko Roku, Keizan Kazan Jokin, actually, is his full name. He's the grandson of Dogen in the Dharma. He comments on this koan, and he talks about arriving without moving. Arriving without moving. And then he says something that to me is mind-blowing. He says, this arriving without moving is the supernormal ability to be wherever you wish to be. The supernormal ability to be wherever you wish to be. Life tells us you can't have your cake and eat it too. But Kazan says you have both. You can, and I would say must, stay where you are and simultaneously be wherever you want to be. That's true freedom, true liberation. So what we're talking about here is being present to the here and now, the full reality of our life. To be present to the pain, the inner and outer torment, its joys, its delights, the ecstatic, transcendent moments of connection. To be with the profound limitations that we all have to deal with, the very conditions of our life, the restrictions, and the limitation of all limitations, the reality that we call death. But this koan, I think, invites us to that primal yes that we've spoken about, and spoken by the awakened heart, to really embrace the full reality of our life. But this is delicate stuff here. We can look at this as an invitation to be passive. We have to accept our life, and we're not involved with any change or wanting things to be different. It's not talking about that at all. It's talking about the self-defeating starting point of I don't want to be here mind, which is fundamentally a rejection of our life. Let me say that again. When we dwell in this I don't want to be here mind, we are fundamentally rejecting our life. So what we're being invited to when it comes to moving is this moving, non-moving, which starts from our awakened heart that accepts the present reality just as it is. And this really intimate experience of being at home in our own body, in our own skin. And when we're at home in our own body and our own skin, we are at home wherever. And we're at home without needing to move. And this is an acceptance that only the great self can make. We can't force it, but we can surrender into it. Because this great mind, that great self, holds it all. And I think this is what releases the superpower. If we could take the moment that we are in, the life that we have right now, it really releases a transforming power, and it opens us to healing. And it opens other paths and opportunities where we know what the next step is in wisdom and compassion. Everywhere, every time, every circumstance we begin to know has the potential of being home, a place of secure, lasting okayness. And it's the only and best starting point for our life, for this moment and for the next moment and the next moment after it. And most importantly, when we could move in this way, we're avoiding the power of that discriminatory mind that is never content where it's at, from robbing us of life, denying the life we have, leaving us as almost ghosts walking around searching for something different when it's all starting to be present right where we are. And there's a brilliant logic here, really brilliant, and a logic we can't easily wake up to. That there's actually, newsflash, no other place we can be. There is no other place we can be but fully here. Duh. So let me end with two bits of advice. The first one is from Rumi. And it's spoken in Rumi's language, but we can translate it to Zenish. He says, don't run around this world looking for a hole to hide in. There are wild beasts in every cave. Even if you live with little mice, the cat claws will find you. The only real peace comes when you're in touch with the divine. So live in the nowhere that you came from, even if you have a good address here. And the second bit of advice is from our awakened mind to the Dorothy within us. And that says, Dorothy, we get it. There is no place like home. There's no place like home. But darn, those heels of those gaudy shoes of yours are not going to get us there.